I love Star Trek. It is along with Star Wars, one of those early franchises when I was a little kid that I took an immediate liking to. I've enjoyed it ever since. I've watched it since I watched TOS, watched the movies, TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise. You understand what I'm saying? I love Star Trek. You can see my TNG collection right behind me. If they had a DS9 collection, I have that. I will never own a Voyager collection, but you get what I'm saying. I love it. It is something that's important to my life. I know as much about Star Trek as I think I do about Star Wars because I've just watched it so many times. That's the thing. It's not so much I've done research. I've just watched every main series, except for the TOS. I've only watched TOS, not even all the way through, a couple of times, just because it was on TV or it was put in front of me. But I've seen TNG easily between 15 and 20 times all the way through. DS9 between easily 10 and 15 times all the way through. Currently doing that again right now. Voyager between 5 and 10 times all the way through. Enterprise not all the way through, just parts because I wasn't happy with Enterprise, but I can accept some of it. And I don't watch New Trek. And the movies, I've seen the movies, all the movies over and over and over again because I've owned them or watched them or things like that. I've seen it all, and I just know things from watching it continuously for decades. Yet, I am not into collecting all things Star Trek. Just because it's a Star Trek thing doesn't mean I'm going to run out and buy it. I'd much prefer to own media and video games that are good rather than going out and buying what we call shticklock things, rando stuff, collection stuff. But I'm not knocking that. It's just not my thing. Also, as we already know, I have no room for anything. But as we know from previous discussions, I am especially not into Lego collections. It's not that I think it's childish. It's just not my thing. Because I'm not going to buy something that I'm not really going to play with or do anything with. And Lego teased it a couple months ago, and now we have the official release material, I guess, the promotional material for the first Lego Star Trek collection. And they're starting with the next generation. They're starting with the Enterprise D. Now you think, oh man, that's an easy win. I don't think so. I think there are a lot of problems with this upcoming release that'll be coming out on Black Friday. First of all, it's $400. I just paid my energy bill today. It's a $200 energy bill on average these days. This past couple years. No, yeah, that's how I look at the world. Is this a bill? No, that's two bills. That's a bunch of bills. One of them an energy bill. So already, I could not afford this. I could not afford $400 for this. Now let's take a look at this, shall we? Let's take a look at this. We have several pictures to show us. Here's the overall picture from an aft view. You see, we'll look at the crew they're giving us in a moment. I think this is ugly as shit. I think this is supremely ugly. Lego is capable of making things look smooth, and I don't care if it's the Lego mystique of having the Lego bumps. The Lego bumps on the saucer section looks terrible. It looks like it's diseased. So I don't like the look of this D. And you could quote me that. I don't like the look of this D. And we go to the next one. Here's another angle of it. And we learn also that, and thank you, Kel, for alerting me this one. If you buy it special, you'll get a shuttlecraft with Rolaren. You get a Rolaren Lego figure to go with it. Of course, there's no room for her on the crew stand. They got room for. Look at a second. You got room for somebody right here. So here's another look at it. I just don't like it. I think this is cheap and stupid to tag on the shuttlecraft as an extra gift to get Rolaren. It's a tease. Here's another look at it. There's something about it also. I mean, yeah, they're supposed to mimic the windows on the side, I think, but it just doesn't look right. There's something that doesn't look right about any of this here. It doesn't look right. And now let's take a look at the crew. Here's the crew. Actually, you know what? This is the crew. There's another one, but this is actually a better one than the one I was going to show you in the first place. So we've got Data, who has more emotion on his face than he should, being Data. Looks like he just saw a butthole he didn't want to see. And he comes with Spot. Okay, that's fine. Data comes with Spot. Okay with that. You got Worf. And mind you, this is clearly season 3 and up crew, based upon uniforms, hairstyles, and that kind of stuff, and ranks, even though they don't show the... I don't see the pips. How could you not... Lego, how could you not add the pips on the figures? Why not add the pips? Well, not hard. Anyway, so you got Data with more emotion than he should have. Worf holding, I think that's a phaser. Why not give him a bat lift? Too? I think that's a fail. Got Riker and his trombone. That's okay. Deanna with her purple jumpsuit and weird hair, holding a data pad. Okay. Now here's where I have beef. Here's where I have some beef. Here's Picard. First of all, if you're really gonna make people pay $400, you should have an alternate torso with the captain's casual. You should have an alternate Picard uniform, the captain's casual. You know what I mean? You understand. Secondly, tea, Earl Grey. All right, a cup of Earl Grey tea. Yeah, Picard, Earl Grey tea, hot. No, if you really wanted to make this special for real Star Trek nerds, have him hold this Rassican flute. Have him holding his Rassican flute. That would mean way more to the collectors, way more to the Star Trek nerds. Yeah, am I being nitpicky? Yeah, I am. Because I think this is low energy and low rent. They're asking you for $400 and they're not even giving you the good stuff. And they're not taking it that extra step. As I said, an extra step would have been not only Picard in his Captain's Casual, how about Deanna, an alternate Deanna with her blue uniform, with her science officer uniform, or in this case, counselor officer uniform, not her purple jumpsuit. Why not that? Or maybe alternate Worf with the alternate Worf head with ponytail. You're asking them for $400, and why not give extra pieces to customize your crew, the crew of the Enterprise D? It's little things would show me you give a damn. You got Geordi, who's just carrying an engineer's toolkit. You got Beverly, who's just carrying, I assume that's a medical tricorder. And then here's the problem. Here are the two problems that I think, why are they here? I don't care about Guinan. I do not. And Wesley Crusher.
Shut up, Wesley.
He's and we looked this up. That's supposed to be his portable tractor beam. It looks like he's sporting a dildo. Let's go to another picture. Over here. Let's go to this one right here. When you hold it right here, we go back to this one here. It looks like he's holding a dildo. It looks like he's holding a tractor beam dildo. And here's another look at it. Look at it here. There's another look at it. It looks terrible. It just doesn't look good. Something about this doesn't look good. There are people who are going to buy it. I mean, we'll go back to this right here. This fool right here. I've been waiting 30 years for this. Good for you. You want to spend $400 on this? Good for you. I'd rather spend $400 on things that don't look like shit. Don't look like shit. So this whole thing right here, all of this to me, this shows you, look at all this right here. It shows, I don't want to say contempt, but it shows that you didn't really think this through. and and your design of probably the most beloved version of the Enterprise right now. Personally, I like the Enterprise E a lot. The D is special, but I like the Enterprise E. But there's something about this that just looks wrong. It feels wrong. It looks wrong, and this is not worth $400. You want this? Fine. I'm not gonna say don't buy it, but I sure as hell wouldn't buy this. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.